You had some good luck.
Wow.
Did you keep going though?
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I just talked to Rich. We'd like you to keep going.
Absolutely.
Don't stop.
We're actually gonna talk about that.
99%.
Yeah, that's good for, that's all in a weekend? 2 days?
There's one resident.
Okay.
You better give me the address.
One or two people have mentioned, one or two, so, and I did it without them. Incredible.
Good.
Just like you said.
All right, 6 o'clock. John Becker was tied up in a meeting tonight, so Jeff Martin, the deputy supervisor, will have a chance to run the meeting tonight. So let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing on our agenda is to approve the minutes from the last town board meeting. Everyone's had a chance to look at it. Can I have a motion? A motion by Dave Montroy to accept, second by Dan Gibbons. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Stray cat. I don't see our animal control officer, so I'm going to kick that agenda item down for the moment. The next one on here is the discussion about the Easy Pass agreement. Amy has called and asked that, or sent an email and asked that they consider putting the Easy Pass agreement. I guess you've had some requests, Jill,
Yes.
at the department?
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about what it is?
The Easy Pass program, we thought would be a great program for the town to take. Burn Dairy used to be an Easy Pass distributor. They've closed the one in the village. So what we would do is we would purchase 25, that's the minimum number of tags, if an agreement is approved by the town for us to sell. We have to buy the tags up front at $21 a piece. We would sell them for a maximum of $25 a piece, and the town would get $4 revenue from each tag sold. It would be handled basically like any other revenue that we collect in the town clerk's office. We would track it in-house. So, and if we sell them, then we just have to reorder them, once again, purchase them at the 21, and then, just keep reselling them.
Okay.
The liability is on the customer to register the tags. They cannot return the tags to us. If they want to return an Easy Pass, if they aren't going to use it or activate it, or for whatever the reason, they have to return it to the New York State Thruway Easy Pass Authority Return Center on Staten Island, and they'll take care of any kind of refund that way. So we wouldn't have to deal with returns, or people can't bring them back. So.
Is there any special equipment you need, or not really?
No, it's basically, if the agreement is, if the board is, approves it, we would send that approved resolution to the town, the Thruway Authority. They will review our application. If we're approved, then we can move forward. And it's just a matter, it would be $525 for the 25 tags. Amy does have the money in her budget. And then as the money comes back in, the 21 would go toward repaying what we've paid for each tag, and then there would be the $4 would be like revenue for the township.
Okay. I mean, John, do we need to review this contract? Is that something we should take a look at?
We don't have the sample contract yet, Jill, right? It says authorize entering into an agreement.
Right, this is their standard resolution that they gave us, that they have to have first, and then there will be, if the board, we send that resolution saying the board is all right for us to proceed, we send it to the Thruway Authority. They would review it along with our application, which has already been submitted. And if we're approved, then there would be 3 copies of a sale agreement, which would have more specific language in it, which is basically what I just kind of covered now. Some of the things we can and can't do. It's only for passenger vehicles. We would not sell tags for anything larger than you know, a passenger vehicle or a passenger truck, so we're only selling it for passenger. If they want something larger than that, they have to go somewhere else to do
I want to
that.
read whatever the fine print is in the agreement, so if you guys are inclined to do this either tonight or the next meeting, make it subject, the agreement subject to my review, so condition it upon, legal counsel review of the final
Okay.
terms, and then it should be all
I have
okay.
a question for you.
Okay.
The quantity of 25 tags, is that for the calendar year 2020?
No, it's 25, they only sell them in increments of 25, so that's the minimum order we would have to purchase is 25 at a time. Once those are sold, we can order, we just have to call the throughway authority, and they would then send us 25 more, we have to pay, you know, for 25 more. So it's as we use them. If we don't use 25 in a year, that's fine. I mean, it's however we sell them.
So they're good in 2023 and 24?
Yes. Right.
Is there been demand for that, Joe? I mean, has there been?
We've had a few people ask
Yeah,
us,
okay.
and I did ask them how many places in the zip code 13037 and 13082. There are a few places, not very many, but there are some places that do sell them. But with the Burn Dairy closing and they're not an outlet to sell, we thought it might be a place for the town residents to come because they might be here looking for a dog license and see, oh, you have easy passes too. So it was just another thing we thought it might be a benefit for the residents.
Thank you.
Well, what's the pleasure?
Say do it.
I'm good with it.
All right, so can I have a motion then to approve this resolution subject to final review, legal review by Dan Gibbons? Second?
Second.
Second by Dave Montroy. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. The next agenda item is to open bids for lawn care for cemeteries, and Jill, you said we've advertised twice and still have not received any bids.
Correct.
Okay, so at this point, we're gonna have to go out and solicit some local bids, to see if we can get somebody to do that. John?
I recommend that you, someone call individuals or companies that are authorized to do this type of work, make sure they have insurance and what have you. And I'd probably get no less than 3, bring them back to the town board. Twice we've been out to do this, so I think it's unreasonable to do it for a 3rd time.
Okay.
And then at the next month's meeting maybe, or you probably gotta do it soon, right? Try to
We gotta
sure
get
it's
going.
done now,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get
those
those out.
lawns.
I would say,
We should do an emergency mow in the meantime.
yeah,
obviously, right?
yeah, you can't let it keep going,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. So use whoever we wanna use, but,
Okay.
at a reasonable price.
All right, then, that's what, is there, unless there's any objection, we'll move forward with that. We'll come back with the 3 prices. In the meantime, we will find somebody to get those caught up, because we can't let this go too deep.
Who would be calling or contacting the mowers, because I don't know. Who would be,
John, I'll tell John, and either he'll have Beth, and
okay.
you guys can reach out. And if anybody has a suggestion, we're all ears. But we know quite a few of the local mowers, so we'll reach out to them. Next agenda item is the Parks Department employees. These are the employees, is anyone here from Parks? I don't see anyone. But these are the hires that they use each year to run their programs. I know they bumped up the pay up a little bit, for especially those that have come back in the past. These kids do a great job. Our summer programs are very well received. So, to approve the new hire, Cindy Yates at $15 an hour, Zoe Sauve at $16. For the traveling arts, Jason Driscoll, a returning staff as a park laborer, Joshua Bolter as a park laborer returning staff, Andrea Stanek, preschool playground, and Mary Jo Chaplin, 1725 at playground start in May.
This is kicking off the spring programs, summer programs, and a combination of people that are working as and dedicated to mowing, for instance, and also other people that are going to start running some of the park programs.
Okay. All right, then can I have a motion to approve these new employees?
The only thing I don't know is whether or not, maybe Jen, you can tell me whether or not the new employees require some type of background checks.
Whatever we've been doing, we continue to do it the same way.
Do they-
Check with Bart, your parks, manager, see what they've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have to go through all the training that they have to do every year, similar to what we do with the school system. All right, then can I have a motion to approve these employees?
So moved.
Motion by John Rashevich, second? Second by Dan Gibbons. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. I still don't see our animal control. We don't have any budget modifications. I don't have any firefighter applications. John asked me apparently the truck, the truck has come in for Parks and Rec that we have ordered, okay? That was, for $46,250 and change, from Don Ford in Utica. They've made they're offered to purchase our current truck for $20,000. So we'd like to approve that trade-in and get the truck, I guess it's ready to be delivered anytime. Yeah. So can I have a motion to approve that purchase or that sale?
What year is it?
It is a 2014.
2014, and what was the, also was it Chevy or Ford, what was it?
Ford F-250.
That's a good question.
I
And
think it's at the-
truck is that?
Ford F-250.
there we go.
Can you get the VIN number to jail?
Beth
Beth has it, Beth has it, we already
Oh,
gave
you
her,
got it?
Beth has the title.
Sound like a good number on that?
I mean, I don't think it sounds like a bad number, but the way everything is going, I mean, 2 years ago, I thought it'd be a great number, but I don't know. I think it's fair.
Numbers are coming down on used cars.
Are they?
Yeah,
I think it's fair, it's a 14, and it's not.
6 months ago, that number would have been better.
It's not, doesn't, I think the
How many
miles,
miles are on it?
I think it's in the 40s, I don't think it's a lot of miles.
Oh, is it?
But it is a plain Jane work truck with a plow, and it does have a plow.
So we're letting it go when the plow's not going on, you know?
No.
If you come on with the new trucks, yeah. So do we wanna approve that trade-in?
And I'm a little torn on that.
I know.
I didn't say you gotta get a little more for it.
I mean, you can put it on Auctions International,
We don't really have good luck with that though either, do we?
actually on those we do. The only thing that I'm gonna mention is I don't, budget-wise, I think she's kinda counting on that trade in her budget to be able to pay for that.
Yes,
Otherwise, if you
I'm
sell it
sure she
outright,
is.
Then it goes into general fund, and then you gotta do a transfer. So, I mean, for a couple grand, I don't know, I don't really think it's probably worth it, but it's, that's, you guys have to handle that part of it, the budget-wise,
I can
so.
The last 60 days, the used car market has come. So the truck values have changed drastically.
Wow.
What's that?
Good news.
I don't know if the consumer will see
Buying.
it, but the dealers have seen it. And 6 months ago, used cars were so out. You could buy a used car, you'd have to pay more than a new car. The values have kind of cycled out a little bit. The auctions have started to come clean. The book values have changed, so it's, I would exact that car, I don't do that, but I go with markets
I
change.
mean, I think originally she budgeted like 40, and this was more, obviously, because everything has gone up, so that's your call on getting rid of them.
Yeah, it would net out at 26, we'd be done, it's up to us. You know,
Well, I'd like to move forward on it, because I know we've been working on it for a while, and I just don't think that we're gonna get more money for it unless we start a whole process all over again and research it.
Okay, so are you moving,
I'll move that we move
so we
forward.
got a motion by John Rusevich to accept the trade at 20K. Can I have a second? I have a second with Dan Gibbons.
I gotta get what I'm saying, is I think if you shop it now, it's gonna take you a while, you have to shop a lot of dealers to see if someone really wants to take it out of the gas. Right now, I don't think you're gonna make a lot more money off.
And our goal is to get best value for these things, so. Discussion then. A lot of discussion. Okay, we have a motion then to
Gotta
accept
be a
it.
little more prepared next time.
Yeah.
Yes, I really
Yeah.
wasn't.
Was that?
That's why be a little more prepared next time.
Yeah, that would be,
A better one, okay.
I don't think 20's horrible at all for that truck, I don't.
You've seen the truck, so I haven't seen the truck, I just know that when I go to buy a truck, it seems like it's a lot of money. 20,000 for that seems pretty cheap right now. With a plow.
Well, right now, that's what I mean, they're probably right now, at least a little cheap, but.
Are you gonna do a roll call, or you wanna do, just a?
Legally, what do I need to do,
You can
John?
do either one.
Okay,
I always prefer roll call votes.
then let's do a roll call vote. Okay,
You gotta have three to make it
That's
happen.
okay. All right, so we'll do a roll call vote. Dave?
No.
No. John?
Yes.
Yes. Dan? Yes. And I'm a yes. Motion passed. Okay. Still no Kim? So we don't have a whole lot of it, there's things out at the audience that they would like to bring up.
Well, the thing that Kim has is probably gonna be just as available to us next meeting.
Yeah,
If you don't wanna keep going.
if she happens to come in before we get out, that's fine, but, because we have a lot of questions on the stray cat agreement. John?
Yeah, my thing with this, you guys are all familiar with this, I was not familiar with the stray cat agreement here in this town, or any other towns I represent, because I hadn't seen it before. I've had relationships with my towns and Wanderers Rest, they do a great job, I had not seen this cat thing before. But I had written an email when I looked at it, and I said, well, there's an economic piece to it that's really up to the board. And as far as how it would work, the email that came to us said, hey, this is the same agreement you guys have done before. Beth and I have never seen it before, and Beth's been here a lot longer than me, but in the years I've been here, I hadn't seen it before, and it's only good for either a year or 2 years. So I'm curious to know, do they have copies of agreements we've had before? And maybe the county has taken the lead on that in the past, so I've mentioned that to John. So I don't think you're in any bad shape to push that for the next meeting.
Yeah, and I don't, there's stray cat, I have a question, what about dogs? I mean, what other stray dogs, what are we doing with these animals? Kim needs to answer some of those.
Can I jump in on this one?
Sure, Buck, what do you got?
This one, I can't believe I came to this and this is on the agenda. Because
Okay.
this has been a thorn in my side for years. I asked Mr. Briskevich years ago, I had a house next to me, and the smell of cat urine was just unbelievable. This went on for probably 5 years. I had foreign exchange students at my house, I was embarrassed. I was actually taking these cats on the way to work after trapping them. I'm animal lover, people, don't get me wrong, these weren't these little tabby cats that you, and it made no dent. No dent at all. Had the Board of Health down there, couldn't do anything. Mr. Briskevich, town can't do anything. After the next year it came by, it probably went on for 4 or 5 years. They pulled over 50 cats out of there voluntarily, the cat ward. So I'd love to know what your stipulation is now, because before, we couldn't do anything about it.
The stray cat, Buck, is what we do with them when we get them. It's where do we take them and how much the cost is. So the agreement was with the Wanderers Rest and how much we were going to pay. They have a new agreement they want with us,
But there's no set agreement to how many cats a homeowner can have still. Luckily, the people calm down, they don't have anything like
I don't
that.
think we have a law on the number.
There is no law.
I had this happen in Liverpool, and it made regional news because the cat lovers came out, they had held signs.
Well, this was,
It was, what you're
This
talking
still-
about,
this is-
that's a health issue.
no kidding, and there's nothing, they came out and inspected the house,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into how people wanna live this their life, but
Well,
this has been a
Kim's
pet
in
peeve of
charge
mine
it.
for a long time, and I didn't come here for this. I just saw it.
Yeah,
and this is for when Kim gets those stray cats,
Right.
she's gotta take them somewhere. And where she's gonna deliver them, how much it's gonna cost. And
Well, can't we, as long as we're here, can't you do anything about the number of cats and people can have?
she's supposed to pick them up when they're called.
Well,
That's my understanding. I'd love to have her here and answer that question. But
well, they didn't realize there was that many cats there, Mr. Briskevich didn't know.
how long ago was this? Is that-
Oh.
That was some time ago.
Yeah, it was, at least 10 years
I
ago.
was gonna say.
But I'm still, guess what, the house on a 90-degree day, yeah, you can still smell the aftermath of it.
Okay.
That's why I put up my lovely fence I got there.
you're gonna table this item.
Yeah, and without Kim here to answer questions, I don't see how we can be knowledgeable on what these costs are gonna be, so. Can I have a motion then to table this agenda item till next meeting?
So moved.
By John Persevich,
Second.
second. And I think that's it. All I need is a second, and we're tabled, John.
Yeah, you vote on it.
All right, all in favor of tabling, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Anything else from the crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
This is it.
You're up, man.
Number one, I came in earlier in the fall about speeding on the North Road,
Yes.
correct?
Andy, didn't we talk about that last fall?
Hitchcock one.
Yeah, what was it, Hitchcock Point, I saw that in the last minutes. It's about 2 miles long, and on the houses on Hitchcock, there's about the last 2/10 of houses on there, and you're worried about speed limits on that, going down 50, what is it, 55, or don't you, aren't you aware what's going on?
There is no speed limit on it, so it's 55.
55, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to compliment you, because I have seen some law enforcement on my road since I spoke to you people. However, I think you could have a barrage, and I've just given up, but I want to thank for the effort anyways. So that being said, number two, I've talked to John about this before. I have a ditch on the side of my house you're aware of. Yes, remember that? We talked about it, that the county, it goes from the church. There's probably 3 manhole drain holes. So your water, or the county's water is going on my land. That, and I've cleaned it out since 1988. I can't do it anymore. Don't want to do it anymore. When they redid the road a couple years back, they got the grate all in there as far as they could. They probably went in 40 feet at that. And all it's done now is made a mosquito pond. I own probably, 300, 400 feet. I'd love to have somebody, it's gotta be the county, because it's not the town's ditch, clean that ditch out. And I thought I had an ROW on my property, but I don't. But yeah, what do I have to do? I give you complete permission to do whatever you gotta do.
You don't need it right away if it's, it's, the water drainage system is part of the town, or the county road, so you don't, right away is great, but you don't have to. As long as it has a direct effect to the highway.
I've dealt with them before, and I haven't had, that's why I'm coming to you people. I haven't had good results. The Nation, they came in up on the South Road, I call it the South Road, Richmond-Kerfel Road, they came in, and I don't know if it was the town or whoever, but eminent domained it and built.
County did that.
County did that, and built a beautiful ditch all the way to the creek.
And that's what you're looking for.
Well, from where I live to the creek is a long way.
What would it benefit?
What would it benefit?
The drainage.
No mosquitoes,
No, as far as the road.
as far as the road, I mean,
Well, the water comes from somewhere, and it's gotta impact,
it comes from the church, right from, corner north and, 31.
So it's a drainage issue then, it sounds like, on the road.
No, the drain's fine, but it ends up on my property.
He's not listening. Here, let me draw you pictures. You have a drainage issue.
Yeah.
I think what we need to
Flooded.
do is either between Andy and John, talk to the county. It sounds like the county needs to go down and.
Well, they can't get in there with, they need a mini track hole or whatever, that's the issue.
Okay.
They're not gonna go in there with the grate all and go nuts.
Okay.
They need something small,
We can at
or
least-
as I say, I told my wife, they dug the canal by hand, didn't they?
I'm gonna pass that on to John, see if he can talk to the county. Maybe we can come down, take a look at it with the county DPW and see.
I'd love to. Right now, it's a wreck. As I say, I cleaned it out, but I haven't touched it in probably 7 years. And chasing you around the basketball court, I'm not gonna
Those
do it
days
anymore.
are over.
No, not really. No.
We're walking.
Unfortunately, a lot of the problem with this is every time I go to try to do something like that, I'm sent up in jail with the DEC, because they don't want you doing anything like that.
Really?
It's-
Well, it's an existing ditch though, it's just.
Well, the turbidity is what they're worried about, so that's murky water going into the creek or the lake and that, so. And they're very, very against any kind of cleaning of ditches because of that reason, so it's
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Years ago, I got in, when I first moved in, I had a Bobcat.
So it depends on what, is it a class 3 stream, is it, is it not? It really depends on a lot of things for whether it can be cleaned out. So really, that's a challenge. On the other side of the road where the big drainage places across, that ends up over on, Checking Point.
No.
No, not that where you're at, but the one up further where the big grate is across, I want to clean that ditch out.
Oh, yeah.
The EDC won't even let you.
Way up where the pond is.
World's changed, Doc.
So that's where the challenge is. But I'll come down and take a look at it.
All right, thank you.
And then will you advise John on that, Andy, or where it's going?
That's it. That's all I got to complain about till the next time. Thank you.
Till we see you. Good to see you. All right, anything else? If not, we have some, legal advice.
Yeah, I've got some stuff to discuss with the board on matters involving legal issues, so
Okay.
advice of counsel.
So, can I have a motion to go into executive session? So moved by Dan Gibbons, second. Second by Dave Montroy, all in favor?
I-
Aye. All opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you much.
There won't be any business.